Hey guys, it's me Marty. So, like I said on my video before, I am coming up on 1 year on hormones, so I figured I'd start between now and when that comes up, just doing a few videos talking about that because I've had a few things I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to do them closer to the 1 year mark because they kind of deal with being on hormones for a year. So I am currently on, wait, let me see, I have a counter on my phone. Day 351 and 20 hours. So essentially 352 days. So I am about 65. Sorry, my math is just 13 days away. 13 to 12 days away if I round it up, count it up to the next day because I am almost to the whatever. I know this video here might not be as entertaining for people who aren't trans, but if you were always interested in like some of the different things that happen on hormones, or if you are a trans person, hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing how this is. My first thing I want to talk about is what to expect when you're first starting hormones, and obviously this is for male to female trans people. I'm pretty sure some of this stuff, well, I mean a lot of the stuff would be different for female to male because obviously there's, you know, the different, you know, all the different things. So here we go, what to expect when starting hormones. So I guess first I'm going to start off by saying my prescription, which has been taking 2 milligrams of estradiol 2 times a day sublingually, which that is where I take the pill, I stick it under my tongue, and I just let it dissolve. And then the other things I've been taking for my testosterone blocker, androgen blocker, whatever, has been Spiro, I know it's that. I know I can say that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. When I first started, they had me on 50 milligrams a day, twice a day. So I was taking, 100 milligrams a day. I basically, in the morning and at night, I was taking hormones. After, I think, 4 months, they actually bumped that up to 100 milligrams a day, twice a day. So for the past year or so, with, minus a few months, I was taking 4 milligrams of estradiol and 200 milligrams of spirolactone every day. The first thing would be to expect that I expected but didn't expect. I wasn't sure how much it would get to me, but it got to me a lot, is you're going to pee a lot. Regardless how much you drink or all that, the spirolactone is also a diuretic, which basically is something that you take that makes you have to pee. I think that's something that helps you if you have a UTI and stuff like that. You basically, you can have a cup of water, and that cup of water is going to be enough to send you to the bathroom like 600 times. So make sure you stay hydrated, because at first I had to up how much I drink because of the fact that I was going to the bathroom so much. If I took it at night before I went to bed without drinking a lot of water, I would wake up with horrible headaches because I would just be so dehydrated because it would suck all the fluids out of me. And again, and something else that has been there but recently it has gotten horribly crazy is you're going to crave salty things hardcore. I actually went online recently to try and figure out if it was hormones or if it was something else that was making me crave the salt, and apparently it's a very common thing for people on Spiro to crave salt or pickles. Apparently somebody joked around and said that you basically are going to eat pickles like a pregnant woman. There are people out there who eat a jar of pickles a day because the craving is that bad. I have been lately making popcorn and just pouring the salt on just so I can eat. I don't even want the popcorn, I just want the salt. As much salt as I can get, and it still is never enough. And I mean, the craving is so hardcore. Before hormones, I had cravings, but it was just oh, I just really want Taco Bell or something like that, or I just really, would love to have this. But no, these cravings are that's all I can think about. That's all I want. If I'm just going crazy, I need salt in my life. But yeah, I looked on, and I guess the reasoning for that is the way the Spiro works, it also pulls out the salt out of your body at the sodium, and makes you retain potassium. So basically your salt production, you need to consume a lot of salt as well as water, and they kind of coincide with each other. Sometimes there's the days, I was watching Supernatural, I think it was, and somebody was eating peanuts, and all I was sitting there is there is salt on those peanuts, I want peanuts now, just salt, I'm going to lick all the salt off the peanuts. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm sure people who have had cravings for stuff like that, you understand. It's all you can, you're just I need. Anyway, enough about my crazy salt fanaticness. Another thing that I've come to notice has been my sleeping pattern has gotten a bit more better. I actually sleep through the night, and I just feel more relaxed and, whatever at night. I don't know if it has to do with the hormones or the fact that I have become more comfortable with myself. I'm not sure, but that is something I didn't expect. Another thing that I have discovered that has happened, and I don't know if it's to do with hormones or whatnot, is, which actually I think it does, is your eating habits and stuff like that. Like I went from, even now I keep pinballing back and forth from being somebody who was just ravenously hungry. Like I could eat a whole pizza and a hoagie and all these other things and still be hungry one day, but then the very next day I'm lucky if I could eat one slice of pizza. And it's like driving me nuts, because typically the days where I am not that hungry are the days where there is abundance of food around me, and the days where I am ravenous, there is nothing around me and I'm like, I'm starving, I'm going to die. But then along with that comes with, lately my, your weight fluctuates a lot. Like I have been bouncing back and forth between, with my weight. I think it's been bouncing back and forth about 20 pounds. Like every couple months I'm either up or down. And it gets frustrating and annoying, especially when you're trying to lose weight, because I'm pretty sure people who have watched the video can tell that I have kind of gained a little bit of weight in the face, and I do not very much like it. And some days it doesn't seem as bad. Other days it's very obviously there. Like today, at least for me, I could see it and it is driving me nuts. But then other days it looks completely fine, and it's just frustrating because your hunger bounces back and forth so much. It's like, I'm so hungry. I could go without eating for a few days. I'm starving, I need everything, to maybe that carrot's enough for me for the day. And it's like not even a mental thing, it's just like your body really wants food one day and doesn't want anything the next. And it has been something that I've taken time to get used to, because those days where you're not really hungry, you need to tell yourself, hey, even though my body's saying I'm not hungry, I know I need to eat because I have not eaten in 24 hours. Because it's not good, especially when you hit the summer, to not eat at least once a day. Okay, on top of what to expect, I figured I'd add what not to expect when you start hormones, or at least what not to expect right away. Don't expect to wake up the day after you start with changes. You're not going to wake up within, the first few days, weeks, or sometimes even months with boobs, or, your skin getting softer, any of those different changes. That takes time. To be honest, I myself personally didn't even start noticing changes in myself until about like 6 or 7 months in. Some people started pointing out things sooner, but it wasn't until I did not start noticing changes in myself until about 6 or 7 months. Like shortly after I moved back to Pennsylvania, to be honest. Like before that, like every once in a while I'd catch glimpses of myself in the mirror and be like, whoa, who is that? But then it would pass and it was whatever. But it wasn't until I moved back here that I started looking in the mirror and being like, whoa, I look different. I look like how I've kind of wanted to look and stuff like that. So don't expect to wake up and look completely different. Don't expect the hormones to change, everything about your life. Don't expect it to take away, your mental health issues. I kind of went in there with like once I start hormones, my depression and anxiety is just gonna wash away. That's like my only problem in life. And it didn't go away. Like, I will admit it did help alleviate it a little, but it did not take it away. So don't go in expecting that to happen, because I was told that beforehand and I was like, I'll be the exception, just watch. And I wasn't the exception. Some other things to not expect when you first start them. I know sometimes when you read different people talking about their experiences starting hormones, they feel just a moment of euphoria. They just feel like within the first week or so, like a euphoria that I'm, on the right hormones. I feel good, I feel happy and all that. And to be honest, that didn't happen for me. That didn't happen for me until about the same time that my depression broke or whatever happened that made me feel a whole lot happier. Like that was like, I could tell, I was like, is this what people were talking about? Because up until then, I was like, I always kind of questioned myself. I was like, maybe I kind of jumped into this. Maybe I'm, was wrong, and because I didn't experience that the euphoria that people described when they would explain and describe how it felt when they started. So don't expect to feel that, because I did, but I was still confident in my decision, and eventually it came. Maybe it's not gonna come. Maybe you will be one of those people who experience it right away. You might have to wait a while, but don't automatically expect that, and don't feel bad about yourself if you don't, because I did, and I think that was one thing that bothered me for a while, is like I don't feel this, instant lifting of weight off my shoulder that, yes, I had the excitement inside of me, like, woo, I'm starting hormones, yeah, but I didn't have this, the way that that other people explain it. I think those are the only misconceptions I had coming into starting hormones, the things that I expected to happen. Well, I kind of didn't expect to wake up with changes immediately, but I didn't get changes as fast as I thought to begin with, but I think that's how most people are. But yeah, so that was what not to expect. I guess that is all that I can think of right now. I know that this list is actually shorter than even I expected when I came up with the idea to record this video, mainly because a lot of the things I was going to talk about, I then realized no, these are like actual changes, and I wanted to talk in this one about things that happened that really wasn't expected. Like, I did not expect to become a crazy salt addict. I did not expect to basically pee like 400 times a day when I start hormones. I didn't expect the whole sleeping thing to change, and just the other stuff I listed, but they are just random things that I don't know if I know it varies from person to person, but it seems like some of these are more common. Well, I guess that is all for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and share it to all your friends. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, which is right up there. Check out all my social media stuff down in the description bar below, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys tomorrow. Bye!